Hello, Gerard. Still getting some stuff ready here. So. I don't know about election. Hey, Lee. Yeah, I know it took me long enough. Well, I titled this 3 Soaps and a Dope. And Rick Neiman was kind enough to tag me in this a couple of days ago. And well, I've been a bit under the weather. Had the fever and stuff past couple of days. So anyway, what it's all about is a video tag that's kind of going around, and I don't even, there's so many people that's already done it. I'm fresh out of ideas as far as who to tag myself, but anyway, he was kind enough to pass this on, and I decided to do that. Since it's, you know, we're mixing 3 different soaps in the same bowl, a lot of people nickname that Franken soap, so I decided to hit the theme of soaps that's got frankincense in them, or at least what I perceive that they do. I know 2 of them do, but the other one seems to. And those 3 soaps that I'm going to be using is Rustic Shaving Soap Mahogany. It's a real incense, woody type scent. And I believe, from my nose anyway, that it's probably got some frankincense in it. In addition to that, I'll be using John Conley's, or Uncle John's, Silk Road, which is very incensey frankincense. You can really smell the frankincense in this. And then I'm going to be using my own Coast Guard, and this has cannabis, patchouli, opium fragrance, and also frankincense in that. So that's a very incensey type scent. Anyway, since I've been down in the weather a little bit, I hadn't shaved in about 3 days, so figured it was about time. Already got those in the bowl there, all 3 of them. And the brush I'm going to be using is one that I made. It's a white horsehair, very nice and soft. The handle on that is Bradford pear. Razor I'm going to use is one that I just did a little restoration on. It's a Cattaraugus Cobalt. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a blued, kind of a gunmetal blue blade, and I don't know if that'll focus in there for us or not, but and the name on that is a Cobalt. Of course, you're having to read it backwards, so. And I just put a gray Arkansas edge on that. Yeah, blue steel. It actually, you know, it actually helps protect the blade from any kind of water corrosion, rust. Not to say that they can't, but it protects them a bit better. Yeah, poor trigger. Oh man. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get started. Um, Actually, I guess there's one other thing that I was going to talk about. Kind of excited about. I've and for need, I've recently formulated a mustache wax, and something I've been working on to. We'll talk about this later, but I've sent a few samples out to people, and we'll see how that goes. See if they like it as well as I do. Let's go ahead and get started on the lather up here. Get my face wet down a bit. Let some things start soaking up. Oh, pumpkin with a mustache. I can't wait to see that. Hello, Abe, and anybody else that I missed. This thing keeps turning my view of the chat off, so I gotta keep punching it to see anything. All right, go ahead and get started up. I don't know if you all have ever smelled like you walk into a decorative or home interior store that's got like dried flowers and things like that in it. There's something somewhat in common with that. I don't know. Just a very earthy, old, almost a musty incense scent to it. Pretty neat. The well, I'll think of it here in a minute. The WSP rustic shaving soap. I've had it for quite a while. In fact, it was one of the first soaps that I got when I started shaving, or went back to Double Edge, and I really enjoyed that scent, and I hung on to it because I enjoyed the scent so much. And from there, in fact, but I just got Uncle John's Silk Road the other day, because I do like the frankincense in that. Very, very strong, very powerful. In fact, I would say the top note from that is probably what takes over most of this. I've never shaved with this little cobalt razor before. Just did a little bit of a restoration on it. Cleaned it up. Here, I'm going to do something else here too. Get all tucked in. I'm still a little bit croaky. See how this thing goes. I'm sure you all remember that movie where the guys are out there in the pool. Oh, what was that? I don't even know why I can't think of it now, but they're out there in the pool, you know, and these pods are in, alien pods are in there, and I guess it's having a reaction on them. And one guy, the old guy, says to the other one, you know, he says, "Is this working on you?" And he says, "Like blue steel. Cat couldn't scratch it." Kind of mowed it right down, didn't it? All right, there's the first pass. I think that edge did pretty well. Is there any of y'all that's watching here right now that has not taken part in this 3 soaps in a bowl? Or that want to? I think I'm a little late to the game. Well, I hear you, Lee. You know, they're not my favorite thing to do either. Just being honest. That's why you hadn't seen one from me in a while. I get involved with other things and trigger finger. You are going to have to get on video one of these days, Gerard. There ain't no getting around it. Sorry if I'm not talking a whole lot. I just about kind of woke up from my coma, almost. Okay, I'm gonna go one more pass against the grain. This smells good. But you've got to like those kind of a musty, woody scent. Reminds me of the kind of a smell that when I was a kid, you know, we used to play out in the woods quite a bit, making tree forts, whatever we could do to entertain ourselves. You know, there are a lot of kids these days that end up getting just about every toy that they want, whenever they want, and it pins them to the couch. But there's a lot of times we kind of had to make our own toys, you know. I don't regret that at all, though. Gave us some ingenuity. So anyway, we'd be out in the woods playing around. We'd smell something similar to that, kind of musty. And you're wondering what that is. And we used to kind of joke around that with the neighbor kids, that it was a bear, smelled a bear. Carla's stealing your phone again, huh? Everything feels pretty good, except for just my little trouble spot right here. And I'll do what I do on that. All right. Awesome. Go ahead and dry this blade off. I'm going to post that razor up for sale. I think about 50 bucks. It ought to make a good little razor for somebody, especially somebody starting out. Excellent condition. There's almost no spine wear on it. So anyway, let me wash this off. No, really it's not. I don't, you know, it's probably worth more than that, but I'm kind of in the thing for the fun of it and letting guys get a good deal on something and not get taken with something that's worn out because of maybe their inexperience in choosing one. That's just I try to save people some agony on that. Yeah, that little razor will be for sale, Gerard. I'm going to put it up. It's a great little razor for somebody just wanting to get started in. It's not too big to control. Has a good edge, something to learn with. And it's a cattaraugus. It truly is a collectible little razor. Hey Rick, how are you? I just got finished up. I'll have to, since you're the guy that tagged me, I'll have to kind of go over this again. But what I used was 3 cents, and along with the play on words of everybody calling it a Franken soap, I went with frankincense. And the 3 soaps that I used that I detect frankincense in one is WSP Rustic Mahogany. And oh, no problem, Rick, not at all. And thanks for tagging me. Although I'm at a loss, I'm late to the game, so most everybody I know has already done this. But unless we do tag backs, Silk Road is the second soap that I used. This one kind of really took over, the frankincense in this kind of took over the overall scent. That's a good smelling soap. Coast Guard, one of mine, and that has frankincense in it as well. So there's my frankincense Frankenshave with 3 soaps. Now, as far as, I can only think of really 2 people right now to tag back, and one would be Gary Zaws of Cincy Shaves. The other, and I'm not sure if he's already done it, maybe he has, but Lee Chavez, I'd be interested in seeing that if I didn't already miss it. And one more would be Rodney McAlpin, Cappy. I don't know if any of y'all know him, but he's been around quite a while. I hadn't seen a 3 soap shave from him, so we'll do that. Now let's kind of put a little of this on, get some of this under control. This new mustache wax I'm working on, or I guess I've got it worked out, sent it out. It is a, what you would call a wettable type of wax. There's a lot of them that are, basically beeswax and another type of carrier oil. But this particular wax, you can use it while your hair's still wet. In fact, it works better that way. You put a little water on your finger, kind of rub it in. Get all this under control. And because it's water soluble, it washes out easily at the end of the day. And the other neat thing about that is that you can actually refresh it about midday with just a little bit of water, and it'll soften back up. And then when you comb it back out and it dries, it stiffens up just the same as it did to begin with. And in about 5 minutes, it'll be stiff. As soon as the water evaporates out of what little you put into it, it'll stiffen right up, almost like using hair gel, pomade or something of that nature. Hey Marcos, how are you? Glad you stopped in. Sorry you missed most of it, I think. Maybe, unless I just didn't see your name earlier. Marcos, we did a three soap shave, and all of them on the theme of having frankincense in it. So it's a very nice incensey smell. So, chick magnet. Well, no, probably not. But at least they don't run away when they smell me. No, that's all right, Marcos. Hope you're enjoying it. Very fortunate to be at work. There's some people that are kind of out of work sometimes, and I feel for their situation. So, thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you coming along. And so the 3 people I'm tagging on this is Cincy, Lee Chavez, and Cap, which is Rodney McAlpin. And I hope to see y'all here again soon. Okay, Marcos, great deal. Lee, thanks for joining me. Abe, thanks for joining. Appreciate every one of you. Y'all have a good day.